Hello and welcome to the Brown Bear Coaching Method. I want to tell you everything about the guts of the process of the coaching transformation that I help beautiful gay men and queer people achieve. And I hope you enjoy it. Strap in. So, for starters, this is about how gay professionals are eliminating personal problems and finding peace, confidence, and direction in just 3 months. Who this is for? This is for gay men who feel directionless and dissatisfied, suffer overthinking and cyclical thinking, have self doubt or low self confidence, get overwhelmed easily by difficult emotions, or struggle with belonging and connection. You could have one of these issues and it could be a big deal for you, or you might have a little bit of all of these issues. I think you'll find they're very common to gay men. And if you are curious as to why, my illustrated storybook called A Gay Man might be your next best friend. You can DM me the word book to get your digital copy at any time. I want to let you know that now that I do this work and I've been a life coach for more than 5 years, I want you to know that I've been there too. I'm special, but I'm not special, much like you. At multiple points in my life, I've struggled with a mega brain and a lot of big sensitive emotions. And my brain thought that he could help me figure out all my life's problems if I just strived harder, thought more, figured it out, strived harder, thought more, figured it out. That part of my brain and my mind is also the place from which I was able to be inauthentic, to not show up as who I am, to play a game to try to win people's affection, to please people, or basically carry out any kind of strategy that I'd conceived that would help other people think of me as good or right or good enough or belonging, and like win their affection and win their connection. It's a very understandable, lovable quality that people would try this hard and go this far to get good things for themselves and for others. But a lot of these strategies are just not very effective. The overthinking just wastes our time and energy. When's the last time truly inspiration struck you and you felt, oh, damn, I'm glad that I thought about that thing for the 100th time in the 100th way. I actually thought of all the possible negative things that could happen, and I've avoided them all because I thought of all of them in advance. I lost my personal direction, a strong sense of who I am and myself, and I lost my natural charisma, my ease, my peace, and my confidence. I couldn't effectively function as who I really am. I was trying to fix everything, was trying really hard. I actually had a decent job and a partner. I've had 3 strong, relationships, but that didn't mean that I was happy, peaceful, fulfilled, directionful, unproblemated towards me and my life and the things that occur to me and other humans just like me in life. I found coaching and coaching content at a particularly difficult time, and it managed to turn my whole situation around. And I'm going to share my version with you that I've been refining for gay men for 5 years now. So just before we get onto the method, I want to tell you about some client results and their stories. Obviously, I have 34 Google reviews with 5 stars to date. I've helped 5 times that many men so far, but not everybody submits a review for anonymity reasons, and maybe some people would have given me 4 stars, to be quite honest, but maybe they felt shy with the 5 stars. So I want you to listen to these stories from real people who had real experiences with me, because I think they shed a light from the client's perspective on what they felt, what they found, and what they achieved. So Denton said, working with Ed has been life-changing. Ed has helped me to instill a sense of self-worth and self-confidence that I never thought was possible. I now walk through the world authentically and unapologetically as me. I cannot thank Ed and Brown Bear Coaching enough. Ryan E. says, my time working with Ed was phenomenal. It changed my life. I consider it a major turning point in my life. I'm so glad I did it. I cannot recommend Ed and Brown Bear Coaching enough. Will Hunt says, I found Ed to be friendly, approachable, and had a great sense of humor. I enjoyed working with him. It was distinctly different to a session with a psychologist, and we tackled and shifted blockers in my life that I had been unable to resolve previously. Nick Dowse said, I'm so glad I took the plunge to receive coaching from Ed. I'm a naturally skeptical person, so initially I was iffy on whether the coaching process would produce any real world results for me. After my first interaction with Ed, I knew I was in safe hands and all that skepticism melted away. I am a big fan of skepticism. Remain skeptical. It is my job to win your trust and just the next step. At first, I didn't even know what coaching entailed, but Ed took the time to explain everything and make sure I understood how we'd be working together over the next little while. I feel I understand myself, my mind, and my situation much better now, and I attribute much of my ability to work towards contentment, purpose, and fulfillment to the tools that Ed gave me. In the end, it's very simple, but it really helps to have an experienced coach to show you the way. I agree. If I could just give you all a book that would just massively change your life and give you all of these results and outcomes, I would. It just doesn't work that way, so I do group coaching, the next best thing. Ed is the kind of guy you end up wanting to emulate in your own life. I have no hesitation recommending Ed and encourage you to take the plunge. You won't regret it. Thank you very much. All right, last page. I know it's kind of a lot. Charlie Hartley says, I'm incredibly grateful for Ed and Brown Bear Coaching. Reflecting on my coaching journey, it has been instrumental in helping me peel back the layers I've built over the years and uncover the hidden shame I was carrying, something I wasn't consciously aware of. While my journey as a gay man hasn't been overly troublesome, I found my thoughts were keeping me in constant fear from judgment from others, leading to consistent self-judgment and self-rejection. This is such a beautiful and common story amongst gay men. And so many men come to me and they're like, I don't have shame about being gay. I'm not problemated about that inside of myself. And lo and behold, all of us are wounded. There's no escaping the shame and the journey that we have all been on. And yes, to some different extent, all of us are more or less well adjusted and in a place of acceptance and peace with our journeys. But there's absolutely no way that a single gay man or queer man alive listening to this has not been profoundly affected by our gay life journeys. The great news is, if you haven't heard me say it yet, this is the awesome beginning of the thread of the work that we can pull on and do to become massively more empowered, free, capable, confident people. It's because of our adversity and our gay journeys that we can become really, really powerful, free, liberated, loving, confident, charismatic people. Last one, AJ says, not so long ago, I identified with and believed every word the voice in my head said. This voice told me I was ugly, fat, old, unlovable, and worthless. I was in a state of constant mental suffering and believed I was broken. I'd done enough therapy to understand why I thought these things, and I blamed a lot of other people for it. I had never found a way to manage these thoughts or change my behaviors. I started listening to a podcast, which introduced me to coaching, and thought, work. Who should then pop up in my Instagram feed? Brown Bear Coaching. Who, I couldn't believe it, a coach just for gay guys. Thank you, AJ. It's worth pointing out, right, that I help all gay guys with whatever their issues are. It's not that all of our issues come from our gayness. It's that as a gay man with a lived experience and 5 years and thousands of hours of working with gay men, I do have a really good appreciation and understanding for us and our issues and our situations. And I particularly love working with us, our issues and our situations, because I think that an unnecessary injustice has been perpetrated against us, and I love making it my life's mission to help us and compensate against that so that we become the most free, powerful, self-loving, confident, charismatic people we possibly can. And it's a very self-serving mission because my ultimate dream is to go to gay bars anywhere in the world and have a freaking awesome time because everyone is well-adjusted, self-loving, peaceful, and appropriately naturally confident. Not bravado. They just ask for what they want and say no thank you to what we don't want. Imagine the gay paradise that gay bars could be if everybody was already capable of all of that. And I want you to be. I want you to come to the gay bar party future of my dreams. I hope you want to be there. The reason most gay men are stuck right now is that, one, they don't know how to quiet their rampaging, voracious mind. Coming into a wise relationship with your mind is a transformative, life-changing process, and it's not too hard, but it is much easier with a guide that can help you step through the steps. Two, unconsciously acting out judgment. Again, you might be saying right now, I don't do that. But if you can't say, I love myself easily, you probably judge and reject yourself on some level for different things. And I think it's just not helpful. Three, have not confronted our self-rejection. So it's that again, but the next step. Until we are willing to be open and curious, but courageously confront and say, why do I feel that way? How do I justify that thought? How do I justify that belief? Until we've done that work, we haven't, and we're still in a state of self-rejection. We've not committed to helping ourselves. I talk about radical, uncompromising self-alignment. A bit more on that later. But once you do commit to saying, I have been dealt the deck of cards to play this game of life that I have, I accept that, and I accept myself. I accept my cards, which is to say my uniqueness, my difference. And I do commit to choosing to serve and love and help myself the best way I know how at any given stage for all of my days. This is how I choose to live. We haven't achieved that yet. Five, we continue to resist and strive against a negative narrative that doesn't actually exist. So you might have seen in one of my videos about Fat Jennifer, who thinks she's a fat whale. No one's ever going to love her. She had a terrible childhood. She blames her mum. Her mum was too weak, and now she's weak, and she's lazy, and she's fat. No one will ever like her. And lo and behold, she doesn't easily make friends. She doesn't feel comfortable in social settings. She gets really anxious and worried. She feels a lack of the rewarding, soul-nourishing connection of seeing people and being seen by people in return, holding space for people and having space held for us in return. Until we can realize that the negative narrative has somehow seeped inside of us and is now playing inside of our heads, it's going to trip us up, and it's going to trip us up repeatedly. It can go all the way deeply into the unconscious sense of self that justifies and underlines every kind of narrative and assumption and perception and story that through which we experience life. And then we have what I call a very cloudy lens that makes everyday occurrences not as good as they could be. With Fat Jennifer, relatively handsome Steve comes up and says, hey, Jennifer, how's it going? And instead of saying, hey, Steve, not bad. Would you like to sit down? I would love to talk with you. She says, no, Steve, get lost. I know you're here to pick on me. You're just like those boys from high school. I can't believe it. And Ugly cries and runs away, and it's very awkward. Is Jennifer a fat whale and a loser, and will her future never be good? Or is she accidentally ingrained in a story and a narrative that actually isn't real? You may be Fat Jennifering yourself as well. Lots of people have been there. Don't get too upset. There's a simple, straightforward path out of this. Intro to the program and the method. I provide 8 60-minute sessions over about 3 months with a cohort in your time zone. Currently, they are Sydney, New York, and Seattle at 6:30 p.m. weeknights. These are group classes, so people come and they get the same major content topics and a bit of a speech, and then we get into hot seat coaching and also homework and challenges. You will learn the key concepts and techniques that anybody else has learned working with me, and you will apply them between sessions. And as you come back each time, we'll do a review and recap and an exploration of different people's different experiences of how that played out in their life. Did it change anything? Did it go well for them? Did it go badly for them? How do they feel about it now? And we will repeat and recap and repeat and explore and go deeper and do hot seat coaching again and again and again and again over the 3 months until every single benefit that is promised in this group coaching program is realized by absolutely everybody. There's no reason that within 3 months you shouldn't be able to achieve almost everything or absolutely everything that is suggested and promised in the Brown Bear coaching program. Next. All right. The first major shift of three different major shifts in this program I call mindful self discovery. We need to learn how to witness our thoughts and feelings and not identify with and as our thoughts and feelings. This creates a conscious space in which we feel calmer and more safe. And it's a space within which we can drop judgment and openly and curiously assess simply what is there, what am I experiencing, what is going on for me, with a clarity and a safety that gives us perspective so we can begin to raise our self awareness massively. And this is the most important single step in achieving massive personal change. The second one is the healing and acceptance process. There's lots of words I could use here: surrender, acceptance, forgiveness, healing. Really, my favorite single word is acceptance. When you can do the witnessing of yourself, your thoughts, your feelings, the internal self, and then also witness the outside world and say, okay, well, with a non-judgmental eye, non-biased eye, I will attempt to perceive reality simply as it is without attempting to change it, and not following through on a narrative or an urge or a judgment that says, I need to change this, I have to change this, I must change this, that can't happen, that's not okay, that's not okay. When we quit all doing all of that, we find what you might call neutral reality. The difference between what Fat Jennifer sees and thinks and what I see and think is somewhere in the middle, is just neutral reality. We try to find that and accept that for what it is without trying to strive against it or resisting life, causing unnecessary problems. This may be the lever by which we create all unnecessary problems and effectively all unnecessary suffering. If you are carrying some level of baggage, resentment, upsetness, if you get angry pretty easily, if you cry very easily, if you are triggered very easily, I guarantee you're carrying some baggage, some upsetness, maybe some shame, and there's personal work there to be done to discover what wounds are still open within you and to seek to address them with kindness and love and care that for any regular, functional, otherwise healthy human being is healed and is repaired with a bit of love and tenderness and kindness and openness, dropping judgment, connecting with the self, allowing the self to accept and surrender and be healed. Shift 3, uncompromising self-alignment. Now, you might have become a little bit worried that it's, we're just detaching from our problems and just not worrying about them too much. Yes, but that's the early steps. Then we come into uncompromising self-alignment, which is to say, again, I have my deck of cards. I have me. I don't have anybody else. I can't have a different body. I can't change my penis much at all. I can't change where I was born, my culture, my society, my age, my hair or lack of, my current situation of friends. Right now, everything is exactly what it is. I have a choice where I can choose to care for, love, accept, and serve me and all of me such as it is, or not. But I think it's a bit of a false choice. Once you can witness the self and perceive yourself clearly, you might realize in your deepest heart of hearts, all you really want is good things for yourself and other people. Sharing, self-expression, sex, food, computer games, like the things that you love, you know that you love them. You can align with this or say, this isn't what I should like. I should be like this. I should be a lawyer. I should be an engineer. Men should play sports. They shouldn't do crochet. And you can throw all this baggage and nonsense and story and just BS away and allow who you are to bubble up to the surface, and then say, I will not compromise on accepting, loving, supporting, and caring for me, my inner child, and the human being that lives inside of me that really does, my deepest heart of hearts, only wants, and is this true for you as well, only wants good things for me and those around me. I'm just trying to make those things happen. Sometimes my strategies are not very effective and I'm not very effective. Sometimes I do learn new things. I change and grow and learn and adapt, and I may be able to adopt a strategy that is extremely effective and is extremely self-aligned so that I can then accept and double down on changing my life situation to become aligned with who I really am inside. The number of partners, however you want to have your partners in romantic, sexual, and love life, friends, the hobbies that you spend your time doing, the work that you're gravitating towards, what you do in your free time, all of these things. The meaning of your life is for you to realize and then discover and achieve in the walking of a path permanently. There is no destination until perhaps we then die. The day before we die, I will probably be wanting to read a book or chat with my brother or just do otherwise relatively inconsequential things that just matter to me. And I know that they matter to me because I sit back and I allow myself to bubble up from within. I have no control over what I like. Hello, gay men. I'm one of you. But allowing and aligning with myself does feel as if I'm stepping into a way of living that is purposeful, meaningful, and delightful. And so that is uncompromising self-alignment. And I live that way. And I love it. And it works for me. And I want to continue living that way for as long as I can. This is the complete transformative process. Do you want to achieve these core results? A new way to run yourself from the inside that is self-affirming, not self-defeating, letting go of your baggage, becoming open to your future and your potential. Do you want to become your own best friend and strongest supporter, accepting and embracing all the challenges of your life? Then come type group in my DMs because you will get all the info you need via email. And also you can attend the next free trial intake session live. So you can try before you buy and you get all the information to make your own best decisions. You can experience and witness hot seat coaching for yourself at the live free trial session. A lot of people may be afraid that, oh no, I'm going to divulge my personal stuff in front of a bunch of other people. You don't have to divulge anything you don't want to at any particular time. There is an agreement amongst group participants that what happens in the group stays in the group, and I foster and create a mutually respectful place. And I manage it. If anybody steps out of line, you better believe I will kick them right out. But it's a beautiful space where we can have our fellow human beings witness us and witness them in turn. The honesty and the integrity that is demonstrated and is part of the group coaching process is really a delight to experience. And it is a rewarding, humbling privilege to have people share their truth and air some of their dirty laundry, just express their humanity, express their struggles, and go through what they're going through in front of other people. It's a beautiful thing. Love doing it, and I hope that you will love it too. You can get any and every remaining question or concern addressed. You can ask or share anything with me in my DMs today, and I will get back to you personally. I might send you a voice note, might send you a video, might type back. You can communicate with me however you want to as well. So, if you have enjoyed this, hit up my DMs, blow up my inbox, join the group coaching waitlist. I would love to see you there. Love helping gay men change their lives. And thank you for learning all about the Brown Bear Coaching Method. Have a great day.